You hear that? Yeah. I cleaned my PlayStation 4. I cleaned it like 2 weeks ago. And still it's like, it sounds like it's gonna like overheat any second now. Like, and so I opened her up again. Then like, I didn't take the power source and the heat sink out. And now it's like, I admit I did a half-ass job. Pika wasn't supervising me, and that's what happens when you let the talent make choices for the show. And now you can hear the birds chirping. Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the comics coffee table. I love hot coffee. Hot, fresh, delicious coffee to put on my lips. And what do I like more than that to put on my lips? Yeah. Hot moms. Hi. He's single, ladies. Call me. Awesome. I know. Yeah. The entire purpose of having a comic book show is to get laid. Yeah. Cheers. How are you? Happy Monday. You made it. Wowzers. Fresh cup of coffee. Welcome back once again. It's time for the Comics Coffee Table. That's right. Where we gather daily, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We gather together to sing the Funnybooks praises and take our minds off of our minds. What? You're gonna have a beard. Make it look nice. You don't want to come off looking all half-cocked or half-assed, Awesome. Leave your real-world problems over there just for a couple of minutes in your day. Pull up a chair. Grab a cuppa. Whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. Tough guy. Sizzle chest. Chowed ahead. However you identify on the spectrum of humanity. You're welcome here. Pre-recorded, live before a studio audience of our stuffed animals from our Boston studios. It's the Comics Coffee Table where we get together, talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. You're welcome to join the live chat premiere and be part of the conversation and continue that comic book shop style conversation. The pen is mightier than the sword. Abast! I yield! Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, my executive producer, Pika, of whom writes these copious amounts of show notes that I simply must pay heed to. I'm just the talent. This is Drinka, the union cameraman and boom mic operator, and that's Jay the Canadian Bear, the studio audience. Stuffed animals. Great. He's got toys and stuffed animals. Who needs a girlfriend? It's like it's not on there. Why did you write that? Thank you so very much. The coffee table was always where my friends and I would gather. We would shoot the breeze. There would be a cup of something, an overflowing ashtray. There would be a stack of movies, a stack of video games, a stack of music, a stack of books on this coffee table of ours, and always a stack comic books too that we're trying to get each other to read. And it's in that spirit that we meet here at our very own comics coffee table. Want to play a game? Anyone? I haven't played this yet. I played the original on PS1 25 years ago. It's a little daunting to, get back into the RPG thing. And, we're going to talk a little bit about Iron Man today. And about maybe superhero fatigue. and maybe about superhero movies and how disappointing they can be, perhaps. Is that, that's like the big thing going around these days, superhero fatigue. And it's a great time to talk about it. I mean, fatigue is a legitimate, real thing, especially something like it's like a form of compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue happens to us. I mean, I learned a lot about psych through Batman, the animated series, with a couple of helpful tools like Travis Langley's Batman, A Dark and Stormy Night, The Psychology of Batman. Also, the Arkham sessions with Dr. Andrea Letamendi, a licensed psychologist, and her husband, Brian Ward, and they produced over a decade plus of podcasts about good psych and demystifying what's presented to us in pop culture. And Batman the Animated Series, they psychologically analyzed every single episode in the Arkham sessions. And the one that stuck out with me the most was the compassion fatigue episode where Bruce, doesn't know if he can go on with his mission. By the end of it, he's found resilience and he's defeated his compassion fatigue and he goes forward. And I just found that to be very uplifting and very spiritual and a decent use of allegory. Now, I also admit too that allegory has gone way too far, like especially when it comes to trauma and negative experiences, especially justifying, say, like criminal behavior or even anti-hero behavior or not. But I mean, hopefully that's just part of this 20-year cycle, and then we can go into another heroic age and just keep going forward and enjoying these superhero stories together. We are reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire collection. Along the way, I'm also getting my head around grading and the price guide as well, and it's the Overstreet guides. There are links in the description. You could also ask your local comic book shop to order them for you. I'm taking the opportunity to get my supplies at my local comic book shop. It's important that we help keep them open. They are very important. And they need our patronage. They're mom and pop shops. They're brick and mortar shops. They deserve more than just a couple of issues a week. You think, I need new supplies, don't you? And so if you do, then pick yours up at your local comic book shop. Keep throwing your business their way. I'm not getting my supplies from the online supply chain or the big box store. I am choosing to patronize my local comic book shop more. Exactly. Thank you so very much for tuning in. It's let's get to it. Thinking about did I make a tactical error? And let's see, I have to keep adjusting this. Here we are. Yeah, we are reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire collection. It needs it. I'm making I'm going to... So we left off here on Saturday, because Sunday is new release day. And we've got here the Emerald Eclipse story. But I'm going to break this out. Break out a riot. And we are going to file this a little differently than... See, here's where some of the fun of it comes in. How do you file an event? I am choosing, I want to keep the months together. So, like, as close as I can. So I've got March 09. Then we get April 2009. April 2009. June 2009. And I want to, so now I'm going to, I want to keep it like this, like Green Lantern and a GLC instead of splitting them up. Do the opposite, keep them together. Prelude, because it's all the prelude to the Blackest Night. Available now. The Watchmen soundtrack. Here, yeah, the Watchmen movie was about to come out. Zack Snyder's Watchmen. Halo. I know a lot of Halo people. Halo. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Straight to video. Wonder Woman animated. This is the one with Carrie Russell, right? If so, then that was really good. It is. And Nathan Fillion as well. Alfred Molina, Rosario Dawson, Marge Hellenberger, Oliver Platt, Virginia Madsen. What a great cast. That would be... Oh, go back and watch that. That should be worth it. So yeah, gonna just... I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope that you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. So here we go, yeah. I'm doubling them up, but also I'm keeping them together. So this will track to the end. Issues we got here, we got 2 more. Alrighty. That's good because that finishes up Orange Lantern and Emerald Eclipse. And then we go right into The Blackest Night. What about Iron Man? You said you were going to say something about Iron Man. Iron Man came out 15 years ago. Robert Downey Jr., 2008. Jon Favreau directed movie, also starring Favreau. Gwyneth Paltrow. Jeff Bridges. That was great. The Obadiah Stane angle was great. I loved the Iron Man. Is that Iron Maniac? Is that supposed to? So much Iron Man. Iron Maniac's something different. Iron Maniac is a multiverse Tony. That I think. Hello. It's Ironmonger. Yeah, the Ironmonger suit that Obadiah Stane makes. I just love the design. I just love how evil and clunky looking it is. Oh, here we go. The Guardian Secret Pact revealed. We've got dings. We've got... Now, I've been reading more about pressing and how pressing can help a comic book just like this. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. It's got a little bit of spine roll to it. But you see that corner right there? We can see some definite dingage right here on this corner. And see this groove almost. You can see because it's been upright like this and non-supported without a backing board. Stupid. Yep, and here. Oh my goodness. What's going on there? The Spirit on DVD. It's great. So here we have Hal with 2 rings and facing off against the Orange Lantern. Wow, Philip Tan and Eddie Barrows Eddie Barrows is really sick, man. This is great. The Orange Lantern Corps, which we were talking about, which those are all just constructs of the souls that have... Look at Dragon Ball Evolution for the PSP. You know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, and I'm gonna say something controversial on a YouTube show. You know, I didn't mind that movie so much. Yeah. I don't know. Just Chow Yun Fat as Master Roshi worked for me. That was cool. See, Fatality coming to help Jon Stewart. Uh-oh. Exactly. Interesting ads. Brown College, Collins, graphic designers. Do you have an eye for graphic design? Well, why not? Like, advertise in a comic book. It's the center staple, too. That's prime real estate. Is it? I like to ask some questions for with the magazine publisher. Like, what are the prime real estates for ad space? Like, how your eye follows. Look, hey, the Guardians are crashing the party at Larfleeze's. Once again, like, who's coloring this? I'm keeping my eye on the colorists. Hi-Fi. Rod Rice and Rob Lee is on the letters. Hi-Fi and Rod Rice. Put on your glasses, stupid, and read it. No! Don't want to. Larfleeze's origin, yeah, and it's like Gollum. He's fighting his brother when Smeagol finds the ring with his whomever that was, and so in the backup page we get the last days of Animal Man here. Yep, we've seen that before. But let's see, it's 60 to 37. So yeah, let's put these two together. Two to a bag. Maybe, just maybe, we'll package them together and sell them to a deserving boy or girl or anyone, however you identify in the spectrum. Whether you're a red lantern or orange lantern or a yellow lantern or a green lantern or a blue. All right, I'm messing. Awesome. One piece of tape. Hey, look. There's 42, and this is where Hal, and see, once again we've got some now some pressing would really help these dings. Seriously, look at that. But apparently nothing that can't be corrected. And Fatality making up with Jon Stewart. Larfleeze getting infected with the Blue Lantern ring. It's Hal versus Larfleeze. Now, isn't the orange ring supposed to get on him? Like here in this cover? I think they made an action figure out of that, too. Yeah, pretty much just it, you know. Ooh. It's the Hugh Jackman ad. In the movies, they've always kind of like had their own life. I mean, geez, even Hugh Jackman. You want to say something, you know. Hugh Jackman is 6'3". Wolverine in the comic books has always been 5'3". You know, there's like this huge. That's a huge height difference. I'm so amazed that. I mean, like, wow, that fan was so loud. That was my PS4. I can't believe it. Wow. Now I'm going to have to find out more about pressing comic books. Like, how do you? Do you need it? Is there some kind of press involved? Do you need to, like, you know, you could be, you know, torturing action figures instead? I'm kidding. I've been watching a lot of medieval stuff on YouTube. It comes up as suggestions. It autoplays one into the other. I love history and just like this whole binge of medieval torture stuff from castles and things. Like, oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Here we go. It is the prologue to Blackest Night. Bruce Wayne is technically dead right now. This is after the final crisis. Oh my goodness. It's a Zero issue. Who loves Zero issues? That's me. Oh yeah. This had a bag because I bought it like for 50 cents because I missed it on Free Comic Book Day, and that bag and board can stay because they're fine, and the piece of tape too. You know, conserve your stuff. There's a time and place to be conservative. There's a time and a place to be liberal. You know, be like Hal. Use that green and that blue ring. I don't know. But yeah, this is starting to show off the sickness of William Hand. So this is, oof. Boom. It's Scar. She's writing the Book of the Black. There's been the War of Light going on. Oh, and this stuff's like, this is art by Doug Mankey, inked by Christian Alamy, and who is it? Randy Mayer is the colorist. But this guy is definitely, well, I mean, oh, and even when he was a little kid, he was fascinated with dead people. His family owned a mortuary. And he was always a creepy little kid. And then, because Black Mask, Black Hand here, he is a Silver Age bad guy. And he's being put over as a heel here. So he's being closer to Big Bad now, but let's look him up. Black Hand Comics. Black Hand and DC Comics. And I'm reading this from, you guessed it, the Wiki! Black Hand, William Derrick Hand, is a supervillain and a recurring foe to Green Lantern. Black Hand first appeared in Green Lantern Volume 2, issue number 29, June of 1964. And was created by John Broome and Gil Kane. The character's name is a tribute to DC writer and Batman co-creator Bill Finger, on whom the character was based. William Hand is born an inventive genius, having a penchant for speaking in extremely old cliches later in life. William's family, the Hands, are renowned in Coastville, a suburb of Coast City, California. However, he grows to dislike them early in life. He feels the best way to distance himself from them, especially his three brothers, is to start a life of crime. Remember, Silver Age, it was just a little bit more simple back then. You didn't need, the whole tortured, traumatic, or even, sociopathic thing. It's like the whole sociopathic thing here gets like put onto him pretty early. This is like a modern age thing, and so yeah, it kind of recounts now. This happens in Green Lantern Rebirth. Hal Jordan, the Spectre, is taking away and dissolving his hand. And then came his upgrade. The gremlins that were in, this was really early in Green Lantern. This is Green Lantern 43. The gremlins go back to like the single digits in this very volume, written by the same dude. Shortly before the events of Green Lantern Rebirth, Black Hand's device locates a spare power ring that Green Arrow holds in case of emergency. Hand tries to claim the ring for himself, but is stopped by Green Arrow and Hal Jordan. As Hand attempts to wield the power ring, the Emerald Archer pins the Hand to the wall with an arrow. And the Spectre turns his hand to coal, remarking now he can live up to his name. Missing his right hand and insane from the trauma, Hand flees. Hearing of Jordan's resurrection, he decides to live in the rebuilt Coast City to stay close to his foe. While aboard an airplane, he is targeted by Crotolians. The mysterious German-speaking aliens are akin to the gremlin myth. They perform experiments that enhances his powers and abandon him in a public park. And Black Hand's origin was rewritten in the Secret Origin storyline of Green Lantern and further enhanced in the Blackest Night storyline. In his updated origin, William Hand's parents run a coroner's office and a funeral home, which have the same logo. And then he comes home one night and he kills his family too. So this is the new. This is what he does. Yeah. Actually, this is really cool. So yeah, so that's what happens from Rebirth. Early Green Lantern and the single digits there. Actually, Green Lantern, yeah, number 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, numbers 5 and 6. Green Lantern Volume 4, number 5, November of 2005. So yeah, like I said, Jeff Johns was seeding the story with Black Hand and leading up to this. Like, this really takes a lot of good vision. And he gets dropped off in a park, and then all this stuff. All these are all the dead heroes. Look at Tula, the Aqua Girl, Al Pratt, the Atom, Sue Dibney, Ronnie Raymond, Digger Harkness, Ted Cord, Maxwell Lord, Ryan Kendall, Black Falcon, Deb Tyler, yeah, D. Tyler, yeah, Phantom Woman, Roy Lincoln, Human Bomb, Roger Hayden, Psycho Pirate, Vic Sage, The Question, Ralph Dibney, Gene Loring, Arthur Light, John Jones, Boston Brand, Tara Markov, Wesley Dodd, Jenny Lynn Hayden, Arthur Curry, Bruce Wayne, And he hears all the dead. And all the ones who came back from the dead, too. You want them back. I want them all. And then he goes home. And he kills his family. And then... Now, this is something I don't think you could probably put in a modern comic. A self-deletion. Maybe, maybe not. Exactly, huh? Sorry if trigger warnings. But from that, he becomes the first Black Lantern. This is kind of gross. I mean, wonderful, gross horror. This is really good. Indeed. All coming in to Blackest Night. Oof. Here you go. Oh, look, the stickers on the cover. Oh, gosh. Oh, and look at that corner. Ding. I'll never get my free issue of Worth out of this. Just kidding. Oh, the turkey's done. Interesting, just real quick. You know, this is issue 0, so it's a primer. It's going to catch you up real quick. In the beginning, there was darkness. Then there was light. Then the War of Light. And an unmarked grave. Just a marker for the heroes. Because everyone thinks that Batman is dead. Remember, Darkseid hit Batman with... the Omega Sanction, which got him unstuck in time so he could be building up the Omega energy to destroy reality or something. It's so totally Grant Morrison-y, man. And Killzone 2. Only on PlayStation 3. Got vampirates. They're vampires. They're pirates. They're vampire and they're pirates. But this is dealing with, you know, Bruce being dead. So there it is. The Batman was hit by Darkseid's Omega beams. And they buried him right here. But that was a clone. See, Darkseid made an army of Batman clones. And Batman actually defeated that internally. Like, this is during like the old Batman R.I.P. Thing Grant was doing over in Batman while Final Crisis was going on. He had a chance to decompress that. Batman had like this psychic fight with whomever was trying to clone him, and his essence and his fight ability and his, you know, just his knowledge. Just imagine an army of Batman clones. You know, like, army of Darkseid Batman clones. I know, huh? So, Darkseid left one of those dead clones behind. That was so genetically perfect. I guess it fooled Superman. So Batman is literally lost in time. Batman's still alive, so to speak. You know, and every time he quote unquote dies in an era in the past, he's reborn a little later, and it's all around Gotham, and how Batman kind of helped form his own myth through time. It's highfalutin Grant Morrison stuff. It's pretty decent. It's not great, John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. He gets killed right off the bat in Final Crisis as well. And then the dead start to rise. The blackest night falls from the skies. As darkness grows, as all light dies, we crave your hearts and your demise. By my black hand, the dead shall rise. Woo! Spooky. Ha ha ha. Hope I don't turn into a zombie. Ah ha ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Black lantern rings. This is fun. Hey, look, Green Lantern Rebirth in a hardcover. Ain't that nice? Look at that. Yep, and here's a nice letter from Jeff Johns. 4 years ago. And he's just... ... Great stuff. Love these kind of pages. See, this is a great issue number 0. I mean, it's part new tale to get you primed up for what's next, and then part info dump too. Man, as a kid, I love these info dump pages. Oh boy, this is getting away from us. The Sinestro Corps. Arquillo seems to still have his tongue. Blue Lanterns. And this is our first introduction to the Indigo tribe. The wielders of the Indigo light that use the power of compassion. Everything unknown. Unknown. The universe has yet to discover the existence of the Indigo tribe. Yeah, huh? I love those action figures, man. And that's one of the second preview of Earth 2 Superman as a Black Lantern. The Star Sapphires. And the Black Lantern Corps. Ain't that cool? Who rises? Find out! July 15th and Blackest Night number 1. Here's your checklist. It's summer event. That's what they have. We're about to suffer through night terrors. Look at that. Night terrors. KNIGHT. We have been talking about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're getting into Blackest Night tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm not suffering from that superhero fatigue. I think it's superhero fatigue. Kind of, maybe it's a personal thing. Maybe you just need a break. I've taken several breaks from comics here and there, but I never lost the love of it. And I never, never stopped paying attention, or wishing it well. Maybe the cycle of the movies needs to come to an end in a way, or rechange. But 15 years of all of these Marvel movies, this is hats off to you. You did well. I mean, it could be just the law of diminishing returns. What to do with that? Maybe it's run its course. Who knows? Thank you so very much. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here, and we will talk to you in those. We will see you in those funny pages tomorrow. Ciao. Bye bye.